The Ukrainian Air Force and unmanned aerial systems units carried out strikes on locations where Russian occupying troops had gathered in the occupied territories as well as in Russia's border regions. They targeted houses sheltering Russian soldiers, positions where they had entrenched themselves, bridges used by military trucks, and vehicles transporting weapons, ammunition, and personnel. Precision strikes delivered mainly with Western-made aerial bombs destroyed the houses where Russian troops were stationed, eliminating the occupiers inside. Drone operators also targeted military trucks and bridges. As a result, numerous ammunition-loaded trucks were destroyed, and a bridge used by the Russian army was blown up, rendering it unusable.
Defense forces of Ukraine destroyed 2 Russian attack aircraft and valuable radars during an attack on the Baltimore military airfield in Voronezh on the night of August the 17th, according to satellite images obtained by Cyberboroshno monitoring project. In particular, the 76N6 radar station, designed to detect targets at high and medium altitudes, was hit. The 30N6 target guidance and illumination radar, which ensures the operation of anti-aircraft missile systems, was also hit. The fact of the defeat was confirmed by analysts based on traces of burning in places where the said equipment had been located for a long time. After the Ukrainian strike, this equipment disappeared and only traces of burning are visible in its place on satellite images. According to Cyberboroshno, other enemy targets were also damaged during the Ukrainian strike, but it was the hits to radars and aircraft that were confirmed using satellite data. Analyzing these images, the Militani project notes that without the radar and the radar station, the entire S-300 division covering the airfield would not be able to carry out the tasks assigned to it. Also, after the attack, 2 Su-24 family aircraft disappeared from the airfield, having been there for at least a month. Traces similar to the effects of burning were left in their place. Su-24M bombers are mostly no longer used by the Russian aerospace forces, where they have been replaced by more modern Su-34 aircraft over the past decade. Only Russian naval aviation continues to use them in the war, so it is possible that the planes in the photos above were already decommissioned. As for the damaged aircraft, they were probably already inoperative. Militani suggests The Su-24M bombers are mostly no longer used by the Russian aerospace forces, where they have been replaced by more modern Su-34 aircraft over the past decade. Only Russian naval aviation continues to use them in war, so it is possible that the aircraft in the pictures above were also decommissioned. However, it cannot be ruled out that specialized Su-24MR reconnaissance aircraft were redeployed to the airfield. The Russian military uses them for radar and electronic surveillance along the borders, the analysts added. The researchers also found a 2019 report by a Russian TV channel about the modernization of the same anti-aircraft system to the S-300 PM2 version, comparing the duty positions with the video footage. The affected 76N6 radar station, in its composition, was responsible for detecting targets at high and medium altitudes, and the 30N6 radar performed target guidance and illumination.
Russian occupiers have struck one of the ships of the Ukrainian Navy. This was reported to Ukrinform by the spokesman for the Ukrainian Navy, Dmytro Pletenchuk. In particular, the military confirmed the strike on the ship and noted that one crew member was killed and several more sailors were injured. According to Pletenchuk, the consequences of the attack are currently being eliminated. Most of the crew is safe. The search for several sailors continues. Unfortunately, one crew member was killed and several were injured, Pletenchuk noted. At the same time, the Russian Ministry of Defense announced that the Ukrainian reconnaissance boat, Simferopol, was hit in the mouth of the Danube using a high-speed unmanned boat. According to the occupiers, the ship allegedly sank as a result of the attack. But representative of the Ukrainian Navy, Captain 3rd Rank Dmitry Pletenchuk said that after the Russian strike by a sea drone on the reconnaissance boat, Simferopol, the crew was evacuated and is now safe. Unfortunately, one of our ships was hit. As a result, we were forced to remove and evacuate the crew. They are now safe. The crew members who were injured received all the necessary assistance. One person is known to have died, Pletenchuk said.